Welcome to this week's live. I'm going to be making a gorgeous winter wreath, and I know sometimes it takes a minute for, I'm not sure when it actually starts on YouTube and when you guys can hear me. So anyway, good morning. It's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and I'm going to be showing you guys a gorgeous winter wreath. I'm very excited about it. So let me just make sure I'm on. I see Trisha's here. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Diane. Happy you guys made it. Yay. All right. So the materials we're going to use for this wreath are, wow, I have a very shiny face today. A 14-inch grapevine. I like using a 14-inch, and then I like to have the option of a larger wreath also if people want that, but I like starting with the 14-inch. And then I have these evergreens from Hobby Lobby. I love these. They are a staple in my shop, and this is going to make a nice base for our wreath. And then, and this is what makes this wreath really easy and look expensive, is I have these bushes, but each bush has like a few different kinds of evergreens, and has pine cones, and it has these sparkly white berries. So it takes all the guesswork out of what goes well with what. So you just have this and our evergreen base and possibly some lamb's ear picks. I got these when I was out of lamb's ear as a backup in case I needed some lamb's ear, so I'm going to be using those. All right, I'm going to move the camera down and show you exactly what we're going to do. Oh yeah, we also need hot glue and a hot glue gun. My favorite is listed in the description if you're interested. And we're going to need our wire cutters. I love these. All right, now I'll move the camera down. Okay. Hopefully that's a good spot. Is it straight? Maybe I can move my table to make it straight. Nothing's ever straight. That doesn't look straight. Hold on. I'm gonna make this work. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get right now. So we have our grapevine wreath, and I'm gonna start with our cedar sprays from Hobby Lobby. I have a few of them. I just want to cover the base. So I'm gonna cut pieces like this. And then I'm gonna cut this longer piece in half, or not quite in half. It's really important that you kind of just tug on some of these because they fall off really easily. Some of them come off. So I just like to give them a little tug, so if there's any loose ones, I can catch that now and not have a customer catch it when it falls off on their door. So, all right, Irene, hi, Twinkie Pie. That's a cute name. Oh, first time. Your clear instructions and pretty products intrigue me. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Twinkie Pie. All right, so first thing, I'm taking my glue. I'm adding it along the stem, and then I'm putting the stem along the grain of the grapevine, just like that. And I'm just going to go around the wreath, just covering up the base a little bit before we put in our other things, but we're not going to do it too thick. Just really simple. Hi, Emily. All right. So I'm just going to cut up this next one. And like I said, I grabbed 3 of these bushes. One of them wasn't a full bush because I'd already used a lot of it, but I use this greenery in so many of my wreaths for winter. And I love making winter wreaths because they actually sell in my shop through January really well, which is nice. Kind of lets me use up my Christmas greenery for other wreaths. So I had a little nub there, and I just took a piece from the bottom and glued it up there, and then that one fell off, so they fall off easily. Just glue them back on. Really simple. Hi, Svetlana. Yeah, I wanted to go live on YouTube yesterday because I didn't have a pre-recorded video to go up on my YouTube channel this week, but I want to make sure a video goes up every week. But yesterday I had a horrible headache, so I didn't do it. And I think that was my excuse last time too. Not an excuse, but that's just what happened. Pretty soon I'll be moving on to spring wreaths, but I wanted to get in a couple more winter tutorials before I moved on to the next season. Yes, Diane, this is a 14-inch grapevine. I like using this size because you can make a pretty large wreath if you have the greenery stick out. I could even make it bigger if I put the greenery like way on the outside. I could make it go pretty far out on each side, but I'm not trying to make this one huge. Where do you get your white berries? Kristen's asking. I get white berries from a lot of different places. I've got lots of different kinds. Mostly Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and then some wholesalers. But if you don't have my cheat sheet on where I get my wreath making supplies, that's in the description of this video. You can just click the description box, and I talk about my favorite wholesalers and retail places to get stuff, but I kind of have a variety from all of them. So, but these white berries are in the bush, and this bush is from Michael's. Okay, this is probably enough, but I'm just going to add one more. Yeah, one more. Okay. Probably didn't need to add this because now it looks thicker over on this side. Okay, when I have an extra piece like this, yeah, I'm just going to glue it so I don't lose it. Just to keep my wreath room organized, I'm going to glue it right there, then set this to the side because I'm done for now. All right. Ingri, finally can watch live. I'm new on your channel. Because of you, I opened my shop too. Thanks for inspiring me. That is awesome. Congrats. All right, so let me show you guys. So do you see how this has lots of different pieces? This is kind of perfect. So each one of these is going to be clipped off, and I'm going to make a pick out of it. So that's all. That's why it makes this wreath so easy. So I'm just going to put these in little piles. And then I'm going to put them along the wreath. So right now I'm just clipping, and they clip off pretty easily, which is nice. And these clippers are also great. They're not perfect, but they are the best I've found, and I love them. This greenery, this is from Michael's. Everything I'm using today is just from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Although, your mileage may vary because supply issues. But I got these as soon as Michael's got their greenery, their Christmas stuff, winter stuff in stock. I just grabbed what I thought I would need and just didn't expect it to stay in stock. So I have no idea, I haven't looked if it's in stock still or online, maybe in your store. So VOH. Juliana, I'm not sure what you're saying. I just want to show you guys too. Look how nice this is. Like the quality of this is really, really nice. Sometimes you can get really, well, you have to look in person. I know it's hard to do online, but sometimes Michael's has really good quality things. And that's when you want to stock up. Almost done with this part. Okay, so now we have them all separated. I'm going to do the bulkier pieces first. So I separate them so I know how much I have so I can evenly distribute it around the wreath. So I'm going to do these first. Probably should have counted. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do a little bit on the inside and a little bit on the outside. And I've never made this wreath before. It's just been in my head, so hopefully it turns out okay. Sometimes the things I have in my head don't turn out quite like I thought, but usually we can make it work. Oops. I really need a bigger table. I know I say that all the time, but oh well. And I apologize if it's darker than normal in here. It's because my ring light broke this morning. Actually, I was setting up for this live and it popped and the light went out. So normally I have a light looking straight down on the wreath, and that is not there today. I apologize for that. So you might not be able to see all the beautiful details as much as you normally would. Also, if you're enjoying this and you like wreath making, it would mean so much to me if you like this video and shared it with someone who you think might like it. That's just like the best thing you can do. It's so nice. I love it. It always makes my day when you guys share these or leave a like or a comment. All right, so that's what we have now. And I have more of this evergreen if we need to fill in more later. It looks a little weird right now, I know, but just give it a little bit of time. Let's make sure we have the same amount. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so we only have 6 of these, so I can't put them in between every piece. So I'll do like 4 on the outside and maybe 2 on the inside. I'll do the outside ones first. Or I'll do all of them outside. Or I might steal one from another another branch I have. Oh, hi Peggy. Glad you're liking it so far. Sprinkled, Diane says. Okay. So there we have that. And now I'm wondering, should I add my lamb's ear in right now? Because I think I am going to need it. Oh, look at, see, I like the lamb's ear because it has that cool green color and it flows really well with that. And since the lamb's ear is bulkier, I am going to add that in before I move on. This is also from Hobby Lobby. I normally don't buy these little picks, but I did and I think it's going to be a great fit for in here. It's $1.99, but it goes on sale every other week, so $1 per pick, which I think is pretty good. For winter wreaths, I love adding year-round greenery like this in it because it really carries it through. It helps carry it through toward closer to spring, which I really like. Oh, shared equals sprinkled. Oh, thank you, Diane. Diane, honestly, I don't know either. So I just used 5 picks, and I'm glad I did. That really added a little bit of bulk and some different color. Looks so pretty. And Diane, I really appreciate you sharing. That means so much to me. So much. All right, it's looking good. So now I'm going to add in our eucalyptus. Looks like we have 4, which normally I don't like adding 4 of things. I'd rather have 5 or 3. But since we have so many other things, I think it will be just fine. And all I'm doing is gluing the stems and adding them into the grapevine at an angle so they don't show on the back. They don't skip out at all. You see that? Looks nice and clean. And they get really good contact with the grapevine so they stay in there. And if you want your wreath to be fluffier, use 3 bushes instead of 2. I feel like I could add a little more greenery in here, and I might. Trying to think. It depends. I could keep it like this, and it would be pretty inexpensive, and it's very pretty. Or I could add more. I'm trying to decide. Sierra says, love your wreaths. So glad I caught you live. Oh, I'm so glad too. Says you've inspired me to create wreaths and open Etsy. Awesome. Congrats. Michelle says, I love using lamb's ear. It puts such nice color and texture to wreaths and flower arrangements. Yes, it does. Wendy, oh, thank you for that plug there, Wendy. You're so sweet. A wreath maker shared your channel. That's how I found you. I'm so happy she did. Oh, that's awesome, Diane. I'm happy she did too. That's great. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I add more greenery? I kind of like it like this, but I could add one more of these. I'm kind of undecided. Like I said, I have an idea in my head, but then I do not cover the back with anything, Irene. I looked at one today and the back was really sharp. Well, I do trim, so there's nothing sharp sticking on the back, but there's no stem sticking out or anything like that. That's what the back looks like. Oh, you put yourself on the wait list for the group? Oh, yay! Awesome. I know, we'll be opening up in the spring again. I'm so excited. Okay, well, I think now... Okay, I'm very indecisive right now. I think I should add more of these. I'm going to do another one. I just want it to be really full and thick. So I'm just going to take more of this It will make the wreath more expensive, so if you want it to be less expensive, just use 2. But I really want it to look really full. And these aren't cheap. They're $16.99. I got them on sale, of course. I think they were 40% off when I got them. I never, ever, ever buy florals full price. Even when I'm tempted to, just because it will just make my wreaths more expensive, and they're as expensive as they are. So keep that in mind when you're shopping. Yeah, if any of you want to join the wait list, there's a link in the description of this video. It says something like join the VIP group, but since it's closed now, the link will be to join the wait list, and it'll give you more information about it. I'd love to have you. It's such a great group. I love it. So fun. We just did our Q&A on Monday. We were a little over an hour, although I could spend many hours. It's so fun. All right, so I have a few more of these, so I'm just gonna tuck them in around the wreath just to bulk it up a little bit. I don't want it to be too big, although if it's big, you know, you can charge more. I love the color of this though. Isn't it beautiful? It's just soft and full of textures. I love it so much. So pretty. Emily, yes, add another one. I'm glad you agree with me. And really, it only cost me maybe $10 to add one more. Not even, honestly. But it will add much more to the wreath. It does look pretty full on camera, though, but I don't like to see grapevine. I think it looks a little cheap when you can see the grapevine too much. So, yeah. And I was telling my VIP group members on our live this week, I told them that no matter how much people spend, I said it way better. What did I say? I said people's expectations of the quality of their wreath is going to be high, even if even if it was cheap, they're still going to expect it to be really high quality. So you might as well make it high quality and charge that, so you can actually make it meet their expectations. But anyway, I said it way more eloquently right now. For some reason, my brain's not working right now. Okay, so I'm just going to add in one more of these. There we go. Is that the only one I have on the inside? That might not be a great spot to put it. Oh well. Okay, so now just add in a couple more of these eucalyptus pieces. And then we'll have a lot of berries. It's chilly in Texas. You're making some coffee. Nice. I love chilly days. It's been really foggy over here lately. I love it. It feels so cozy. I mean, I don't love driving in it, but it just feels so cozy and eerie. I don't know. It's just different, and I love it. The stem is really flimsy, so I'm really trying to get a good spot for it. Okay, that looks great. Now we have tons of white berries and pine cones. I'm not sure how many I want to add in, but I'm just going to go around and see. Let's see. Emily says, would you use the 5 bunches from Michael's? Oh, would you use 5 bunches from Michael's for an 18-inch wreath? Probably. Maybe 4, and just add, in hindsight, I should have added more of this base layer, which is inexpensive. So that would also help. More filler, which I can still add. But yeah, so if you're making the 18-inch one, definitely, if you're making it to sell, definitely price it a lot higher. Because it's also going to cost a lot more to ship too. Oh, these berries are gorgeous. Aren't they so pretty? Oh, I knocked down my glue jar. Knocked it over. I normally have my coffee right here as well because it gets really cold in my wreath room and really hot in the summer. But because my heating and air conditioning isn't quite big enough for my house, so my wreath room gets the short end of the stick with that. So I usually have a nice hot coffee in here, or tea, depending on the day, what time of day I mean. Okay, I've added some of these a little too close together. The only thing you can really mess up on this wreath is spacing things not right. I should be able to speak better, but if you don't space things correctly, that will show, which we'll see how this looks, and if I need to pull anything out and adjust it. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's natural. You want it to look natural. Okay, that's not bad. It's looking pretty good. Oh yes, this is gorgeous. These berries add so much, don't they? Sierra says, love the Gorilla Glue switch because of you. Oh, good. Wendy says you're infamous for poor spacing and then having to backtrack. Oh, you know, I do that too. It happens to the best of us, to all of us. Speaking of Gorilla Glue, my husband was making a ship with my son for a project in school. Oh, before I tell that story, I am just going to do one shape of the pine cones first, see how it looks, and then I might add in the other shape. So, but I don't want to have a bunch of extra pine cones either. Anyway, my husband was making a ship for my son's, for a project. They were studying explorers and they're talking about ships and stuff in his class. Anyway, so he was making that, and well, my son was making it. My husband was helping. Or my son was helping while my husband made it, let's be honest. And he was using Gorilla Glue with the popsicle sticks and some cardboard and everything. And then he messed up and was trying to take he was trying to take a piece apart, and it ripped the wood, but the glue stayed together. He's like, wow, now I know why you like this glue so much. Man, it's really strong. Felt very validated. Anyway, it's really great glue. I'm glad you like it. Okay. Oh, these pine cones. Oh, wow, this wreath is so pretty. I love it. Ooh. This is just such a great example of finding a good, what is that thing called? A bush. And it just makes the wreath look so pretty without having to add much stuff of your own. Yes, aren't these berries so pretty? I love them. They're so sparkly. I would have this wreath up until March or April. And if you live somewhere where it snows through a lot of the spring, this would be beautiful. It's really neutral. Let's see. Do I want to add these? I kind of do, just because I don't want to have them sitting around. So I'm just gonna, since I put these toward the middle, I'm gonna add some of these toward the outside and then maybe some toward the inside. Just to, well, maybe more toward the outside. I'm thinking out loud. Thanks for bearing with me. These can be like a fun surprise on the side that you don't really notice, but then when you're looking at the wreath from the side, you're like, oh wow, there's pine cones there. And then maybe one right here. I'm trying to read your comments too. Hold on, I will look. You're putting it on your Amazon list, Michelle. Oh, good. Yes, it's great glue. I've got a link to the exact one. I literally go through there when I can't find it. That's the exact one I use. Size, everything. I like the longer ones because you don't have to change it out as much. Every little bit saves time. It's so nice. Of course, if you have the glue gun that takes smaller glue sticks, they have those too. The sun beats on my front door and it's so hot it melts your glue. Oh no. I haven't heard that happen. Yes, that actually happened to me when I used to use just the cheap craft store glue. Yeah, that literally happened. And I thought I didn't glue something incorrectly. It was a forsythia wreath. It was one of my earlier wreaths, and it had just tons of pieces. And so they weren't in the grapevine very well, and then the glue, they started falling off. And yeah, that was my very first year making wreaths. You learn a lot as you go. So I'm hoping to save you guys from making all the mistakes that I did. All right. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous is this? I love it. And it looks so nice. So easy, right, you guys? All right. I am going to move the camera up and show you what it looks like. I guess you already saw what it looks like. Yay. Okay. Here it is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. One thing with the live videos, I don't do the whole panning over in slow motion with it all outside, so it's harder to see, I know, with my busy background, but it'll be on my Instagram soon and in my shop soon. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course, if you want to join the waitlist to my VIP group, it's linked in the description of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like this, share it with a friend, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, if you enjoy wreath making or Etsy or anything like that. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.